Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Jamaican and all diaspora. Welcome back. Alright, today I have a few topics where we need to sit down and discuss. Right? First one, freedom of expression. But before we go down in any discussion with it, I could take in one little piece of Dionne and hear what she have to say about the whole Kiprich situation. Alright, listen on.
Crime environment, right? Honestly, it can't though be that whenever a lawyer or human rights advocate raises concern about a law and action by the state, that the hue and cry starts to be that they're anti-law and order. Can't do that. Anyway, here's the act that Kiprich was charged on. This actually the offense is against the person act, because I was checking back, trying to find stories in the archives about when, what happened when this act came into being, and I couldn't find anything. So what had actually happened was that the initial proposal was to criminalize certain types of songs under the anti-gang law, and it was controversial. Look, I even found this story, this blog post that I wrote about it on my blog at the time. And one of the things I said again at that point is that rights are not absolute. So this provision now to criminalize certain types of songs wasn't included in the anti-gang law. And we all seem to have forgotten about it, but somehow it seemed to have been passed into law very quietly in 2014 under the Offences Against the Person Act. And I'm saying it that way because there wasn't any hue and cry, and I think it was done very quietly so as not to attract any attention here. I just do not recall, and I can't find any evidence that there was a big national discussion about it at the time. So this is what the law now says, right? It's 18A of the Offences Against the Person Act, and it has two parts. So it says a person shall not produce, record, sell, import, perform in public, circulate, play a recording of an audio-visual or audio-visual communication that does one of two things, right? 1A, you are not supposed to promote the killing of or other serious act of violence against any other person or group of persons. Or you're not supposed to seek to promote, encourage, or facilitate the criminal activity of a criminal organization. Now, the first section is pretty straightforward, right? You're not to promote killing or promote doing serious harm to any person or any group of persons. That's straightforward. And, two different people asked me today what I thought about how this would affect Bombay.
All right, people. You hear the whole part of law. And what I find really disgusting, right? I hack what them passed in 2014. Now, 2014, you hear how them pass a hack? Have you heard the way how them pass a hack? Nobody no know say it come into law. Only them alone know say it come into law. And you see when time then choose to start using. When time Kiprich go pan some motorcade with the PNP them. Right there so them start to use it. Because it's not only Kiprich alone do some music where inside violent. Listen pan when cargo. Listen to music when put out the other day. What's the difference? What is the difference? Not like me I try to fight you still in a cargo. You understand? Yeah. I try to make a point. You get what I say? 6 or 1/2 dozen next. Only because him go at the PNP rally the other day. Yes. So tell me what you think about that, right? Like and share out the video and subscribe to the channel. Alright, my peeps? Yes. And take in this.
I want to remind everybody who seems to have forgotten that we spent a lot of time during my administration trying to fashion changes, some obvious and immediate changes. That was done in a consultative spirit. We reached a point where we were agreed on all the essential elements, certainly in...
Yes, peeps. Have you heard the JLP senator? The way how they continuously disrespecting PJ Patterson. And I mean, oh man, it is so rude and disrespectful, right? I mean, they came in and they were saying all these negative things about the former Prime Minister of Jamaica, and I could see them at the local government election trying to speak to one of their member, and the member is like not even paying him a mind. You can't speak to not even the people that will secure your ballot box. You not even can speak to them. They consider you to be trash, to be rubbish. And yet still you have the audacity to be speaking about the former Prime Minister of Jamaica in that tone and that manner and in that settings. Sitting down in God now speaking about the former Prime Minister of Jamaica. Sometimes we need to understand ourselves and our place, regardless of the position that you are in Jamaica. Alright? You need to understand yourself. And sometimes you need to be respectful. Alright, Mr. Prime Minister, take it away. Let's listen a bit more about where this started from, right? And how we were doing it as the People's National Party for the people.
Including leaving the monarchy and for those who choose not to remember, on the question of the final Court of Appeal, there was no question. The report itself said, when we leave the monarch's crown, we also leave the monarch's court. And without going into the long background, I just want you all to be mindful of the fact that Bustamante and Manley, who were both committed to the monarchy, accepted that our final court would not be the Privy Council. And that is why the provision about the Privy Council was put in by both of them as a simple amendment, so that when, after the other islands had achieved their independence and we had agreed on a judicial system to establish a federal court, then 110 would have been taken out simply, and the new federal court, which is the CCJ, would have been inserted.
Okay, people. Big up BOJ TV. Yeah, you can go over there, go check out the full presentation. Yes, people, please like, share, and subscribe, please. Okay, so these message can reach out to a wider population. Okay, all right. Let's dive down into something else. So we are going to talk about Daniel Archer, right? We are going to talk about Daniel Archer and how she deal with yes, my peeps. Here we go again, Daniel Archer, right? So she go down in the anti-corruption part I aspect of it, right? Big up to Rattigan. So this are the when I Rattigan show them we are reason with Rattigan. You can go over Rattigan, go get it the full video. Alright? Yeah. So make we hear some of the things them where Daniel Archer go say, and then we kinda reason it down at the end of the video. You understand? And as we say, guys, please like and share out the video and subscribe. Thank you so much. Let's dive into this thing. Yeah.
Before you go there, what is corruption? How does it impact people personally, and it also affect infrastructural development in Jamaica?
So true. So true. All right, so let me just clarify something. This is not on my birth certificate. Actually belongs to my father. Calling me Daniel is quite fine.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Daniel. Go ahead.
All right. So here's where we are. Corruption is a very simple thing, but it's one of those things that, syrup. Yeah, a little bit of syrup in the water can change the entire color. And that is what I'd like people to understand. It's like a little bit of something that you don't like. So we like syrup, but you can also have bad tasting syrup that just contaminate the entire pool. Corruption tends to be like that. You can look at corruption as well as an octopus that has many different tentacles. So it not only changes how things are, but it also has different kinds of different things that you can describe. So it's still one octopus, but the octopus has multiple tentacles. And that's what corruption is. I want us to get to that place where we understand that when we have mismanagement of funds, when funds are unaccounted for, when people use their positions of authority to get positions of authority or influence or money for friends and family, that is corruption. So there are multiple facets. There is nepotism, there's cronyism, there is conflict of interest. All of those things combined to form what we call corruption, illicit enrichment. So now we have so many different areas that we can start this conversation with, and I'll start with the latter. Illicit enrichment arises because oftentimes persons get the salaries, but they're doing other things that are not illegal and or not that they don't have the authority to do. They are making decisions that will allow them to capitalize on an opportunity so that they can have an advantage. And so one of the things that we want to have is to have that conversation about illicit enrichment. That becomes important because the Caribbean at this time is seen as one.
All right, guys, you hear what she say about the whole corruption and how she can put it down in a layman term, right? No, moving forward, when time we think about the leader of government, when I'm son by 24 acre a land from the UDC. Now remember that the UDC is in the Prime Minister portfolio. Now if that is not conflict of interest, I do not know what is conflict of interest. And Daniel Archer probably wouldn't get it wrong too. Right? With most of we as Jamaican wouldn't get it wrong. Because I cannot see where this is not a big conflict of interest. And it is so okay for all I remember the government. It is so okay that none of them is not looking out for Jamaica. Everybody just sit down and just look and see what they can grab. And people, we need to put a stop to all these things. We need to. We need to let them know that we ain't stupid and we are Siwagwan. And somebody need to be held accountable. And as far as how me can see it right now, it's more than one person need to be held accountable for all these things that's been going on. We need to start a hold people accountable. Alright? And one next thing, the leader of the opposition and most of the opposition, they are really speaking out on behalf of Jamaican people. Right? And Jamaica people need to start get up now. Jamaica people need to start get up and speak as well. We cannot leave everything on the opposition to do for us, and we all sit down and afraid and scared. We need to get up, and we need to start go out. And you know what? I will make a stand soon. Yes, Jamaican, DPP, yes. Alright, people want to like and share out the video and subscribe to the channel, please and thanks. Yes, big up Bolo 2.0, same way, yeah.